Hey, hey, hey. Oh my goodness. It is your girl, Natasha Paris, the empowerment strategist, your resident therapist. And I am so excited to come before you for yet another season 3. Well, in this season, we are bringing more and more of what you like. We had an amazing season 2 with an average of about 50 to 60 downloads a week. And I am super excited because I am predicting that we are going to have close to about 100 and 150 downloads a week and moving in to 2 to 3, 4, almost 1,000 downloads a week. I am claiming it. I am claiming it because I have something to share. So within this season 3, I'm super excited because we are going to be offering we're going to be bringing back the affirmations series where you are able to speak life into the things that you want for your life, and you're able to breathe deeply. So we're bringing back the affirmation series. In addition to that, we're going to bring back those topics that really support your growth. We're going to give you solutions to possible concerns that you may have. Look, I am not here to change the world, but I am here to really change the world. Okay, come on now. And so with that said, we are excited, and we're going to also be bringing some interviews. We are bringing some interviews to this platform, talking to people who you might want to know about, right? Yes, and who have something to also say. And as we have said before, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to hit that 5-star button on your favorite platform. In addition to that, I want you to share. And of course, I want you to comment. I want to hear from you. Season 3 is going to be amazing. So I want to hear from you. And so with that said, my friends, let's get right into it. Welcome to season 3. Let's go. Hey, my friends. Ooh, I am super excited. It is your girl, Natasha Paris, and I am here to support you like I always have been. So welcome to the Empower You 2 podcast. I am your host, Natasha Paris, your resident licensed therapist, as well as your empowerment strategist. And you know what's interesting? I've had people ask me, what is an empowerment strategist? And I simply say, I empower you with strategy on how to live the life that you desire. And so welcome. And before we get started, I want you to, of course, share. And also, I want you to comment on your favorite platform. And of course, hit that 5-star button. But let's jump into episode 168, season 3, my friends. So let's jump right into this episode and let's talk about it. The title for today is a step-by-step guide to manifesting your life's desires. Oh my goodness. A step-by-step guide to manifesting your heart and life's desires. All too often, my friends, we want so much, or some people don't, right? They rather have the mundane, simple life. But for me, and I'm possibly guessing for you, that you want more and more of what this life can offer. Because guess what? You don't know when your number is going to be called. You have no idea when your number is going to be called. So you better live this life, okay? You better live this life, and you desire things and you shall receive them according to God's plan, of course, right? So let's talk about how to manifest. Let me say to all of my Christian family, Manifestation is not spooky business. It truly is not spooky business. I am a firm believer that God lives within us. In the scripture, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you," first and foremost, plans that are good. That's how we know that there are plans for us. But even more important, in John 1:4 and 4, it says that greater is he that lives in me than he that lives in the world. Well, God lives in all of us. And what we know about God is that he can speak things into existence. And so can you. Come on now. So can you. So I'm going to empower you with the steps to manifesting the desires of your heart. Let's jump right in. Okay, as a licensed clinician, I discovered the power of manifesting your desires. I studied it, reading the word, reading very specific books on manifestation. Let me tell you, I said, how can I share this information with my clients, my friends, strangers, and not actually do it myself? And let me tell you, I did it. I decided that it was important for me to go ahead and not just speak it, but to actually do it. And let me say this, I manifested my current beau. I really, really did, because I knew that love existed. I refused to believe otherwise. I refused to believe that, that there were no good men out there. And I manifested. So I'm sharing my secrets with you. And so get out your journals, get out your notebooks, get out your phone. You may be already on your phone listening to this, but get to your note section in your phone, and I want you to take these notes. Okay, you ready? Let's go. All right, so the first thing is I want you to remember the 4 W's. Yes, W like William. I want you to remember the 4 W's. You have to start with this first before I delve into the nitty gritty. Okay, so the first thing is what? WHAT. What do you want? My friends, you have to identify exactly what you want. If it's a relationship, right? You want to identify, what does that relationship look like, right? If you want a husband or a wife, what are the qualities that you are looking for in that person? What do you want? What kind of job do you want? What kind of career do you want? And be very specific. You have to be specific, okay? Why do you want this? Yes, that's a second W. Why do you want it? Why? Is it because you're lonely? That's not going to work. And I'll tell you why. Why? Is it because you feel that your best friend has a relationship that she loves and it's admirable and you want that? Why? The why should be you deserve it. Yes. The why is I deserve it. It's my birthright. It is my birthright because the Creator created heaven and earth and created you, and that's your Father. Come on now. That means that whatever He has, you have too. Let's go. Come on. It's your birthright. The third W is when do you want it? When? Tomorrow? Next week? You have to be detailed about what you want. Say in the next 6 months, something amazing is going to happen. And that something is, be specific about it. When do you want it? And the fourth W is write it down. It sounds good when you say it in your head, but it's another level when you write it down because you are using your senses, right? We're talking about the sense of touch, you writing it, the sense of vision, eyesight, you're seeing it. Come on now. When you are utilizing more than one sense, to do something, it sticks with you. The unconscious mind receives it. The unconscious mind receives it. And when you say it out of your mouth, you're using the sense of hearing. Come on. So that's a third. That's a third sense. You're really making an impact on that unconscious mind to make it happen. Are you getting what I'm putting down? It is so imperative. You have to know that it is your birthright. You have to implement the 4 W's, which are what do you want, why, when, and come on, and write it down. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. When I am giving you an example, using myself as an example, when I made a decision that I wanted love in my life, I was picking the wrong individuals. I was a divorcee. I was like, okay, I am not getting it right. So I had to sit myself down. Yes, I had to sit myself down like, girl, just sit down. Stop going on the scene. Stop going to the clubs or the lounges looking for something when you don't even know what you're looking for. Too many women, too many men are going to look for something when in fact it's already there and is at the tip of your tongue. And never should you look, it will find you. It will find you when you make a decision on what do you want. You have to write it down. That's why we're starting with the 4 W's. Writing it down and actually using your senses to feel it. And when I tell you, okay, so I'm going to give you a homework assignment before I jump into the nitty gritty. The homework assignment is first, I want you to write down all of the characteristics that you want from that specific desire. If it's a career, what do you want the career to be? You want it to be flexible. You want it to financial freedom, right? So what is that career for you? And be detailed about it. I know I keep going back to relationships because that is something that I believe every person desires. Many people, not every, many people desire, right? Man should not live alone, which includes females. Okay. So what I did was when I made a decision that this was what I wanted to do or I had to be very specific. Let me say this as a homework assignment, and I did it too. I wrote down 50 things that I wanted out of a man. 50. And that list went from 50 to 75 and from 75 to 110. And okay, I admit some of those things were repetitive, right? But I was very detailed. I wrote down their height, what I liked in a man in features. Of course, I wrote down the characteristics, their personality type. I wrote down what I was looking for. And of course, I wrote down my non-negotiables, but I didn't focus on my non-negotiables. I knew what it was, but I wanted to give more power into the things that I wanted. So I wrote it down. That's why it's important to write it. Okay, so let's jump into this, and then I'm going to continue to share my story throughout giving you these tips. Okay, the first thing that it was very important to do, it was to speak it. After you wrote it down, it is important for you to speak it into existence by saying what you want. What I ended up doing was, second homework assignment, I hope you're following me. I wrote it on an index card what I exactly wanted. I said I wanted someone to adore me. I wanted someone to love not just me, but my children, because, honey, it's a package deal. To love my children, to love my family, to be financially stable, to love going out, to be passionate about changing and supporting others, not changing others, but supporting others. In addition, I wanted someone who was sexy and handsome and that could go from hanging at a Jay-Z concert to looking amazing and knowing how to work the room at inauguration, like an inauguration of President Obama. Yep, that's my favorite president. Like being able to code switch. That's what I wanted. And I wrote it down. And so I wrote it down on an index card and I placed it on my mirror in my bathroom and I said it. I spoke it every morning and every night. Yes, I did it for 60 days. For 60 days, I spoke it, and I had to believe it. To talk about the second dig deep tip, okay? I had to know that it could happen. I had to know it because the thing is, that's where belief comes in and that's where faith comes in. I had to believe that it was my birthright to receive love. It is my birthright that man should not live alone. And so I had to believe it because the thing is, so often we want so much, but we don't believe that we can get it. And so I had to coach myself. And when I had those thoughts that it wouldn't come or no cute guy would go after you, those were the crazy thoughts. And I was like, I had to knock those thoughts out of my head and say, no, I am deserving of this. I am deserving of love because I give so much love into this world. I've made so many deposits. And honey, that's my new thing. I deserve to withdraw. Come on now. I deserve to withdraw. I have given so much support and love to complete strangers. And so I had to know that it could exist. And so let me say this as well. For all of the naysayers who may not necessarily believe that they are naysayers, but I'm talking to those individuals, especially when it comes to individuals who are negative, who may say, you know what, there's no good men out there. They're either in jail or they're playing for the other side. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I cannot be in the same room with someone saying those things because I have to protect what I believe exists. It has to be there for me. And so I had to believe it. I had to know it. And even down to career, some people may say, well, you have not done well in those science classes and you're saying you want to be a doctor. Yeah, those are the naysayers. Those are the naysayers. You have to stay clear away from them because you don't want that to interrupt what you know is possible. What you know is possible. You're going to have to talk to yourself. You're going to have to rebuke those negative thoughts. The third is you're going to have to feel it. Oh my gosh. That is the biggest one. You're going to have to feel what it feels like to be loved. You're going to have to use your imagination because guess what? As we get older, we lose some of that imagination. And so I want you to begin to imagine because when you begin to have a vision in your mind, your body will respond to it. It's natural physiological order that when you have a picture in your mind, you ever had a picture of horror in your mind and then your heart start racing a little bit, your hands start getting sweaty? I know for me, right? So I don't entertain those kinds of thoughts. But if you entertain the thought of what you want, close your eyes, my friends, and imagine it, because when you imagine what it would look like, you will begin to feel what it looks like. I'm telling you, before my beau came into the picture, real, because I had to pull him from the spiritual world into the physical world. And before he came into the physical world, I actually would talk to him. I would say, good morning. I wanted to imagine what it felt like to have someone wake up next to someone in the morning, because I had not had that in a very long time. I had to imagine what it felt like to dance with my partner. And so guess what I did, my friends? I pretended I was dancing with them. I know it may look and seem crazy from the outside looking in, but that was my way of feeling it. So when it came, I knew what that felt like. So I want you to begin to feel it. And that's going to come through imagining what that looks like. Imagining traveling to distant lands, imagining being in that home that you've always wanted to be in. What does that look like? Imagine what that feels like. Imagine meeting the celebrity or the person that you admire. Imagine having a conversation. See, those are the things that ignites your feelings. Oh, yes. And the fourth, expect it. You have to expect that it is around the corner. And I want you to not just say, I expect it to happen. I want your body gestures, your body to reflect that you're expecting something, that you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my goodness, this may be the day. I'm excited about this day because I'm expecting something amazing to happen, and say what that something is. Walk around expecting your money to change. Walk around expecting your love interest to walk into your life. Walk around expecting that the career that you've set your mind to go after is already here. Expect it. And when you combine all of those things that I've shared with you today, and you do it for 60 days, yes, well, and longer if you have to, it takes your life to the next level. You're waking up with gratitude. You're waking up with an expected spirit. You are waking up believing that what you want is here and ready for you. It just has not shown up in the physical plane of this world. Oh, come on. I hope you're picking up what I'm dropping, because I believe that everything that you want for your life will come to pass if you believe it. And do not give up. Do not give up. And you have to understand, my friends, that you are a child of the Creator. You are a child of the Spirit that created this entire world. And so you're saying, that's your father? Oh my goodness. That means you have the world at your disposal. You do, but it's going to take some work. It's going to take you being intentional. It's going to take you believing and having faith to move mountains. Come on, to move mountains. You're going to have to be intentional, because guess what? You are surrounded by people who want to just live as zombies and accept whatever it comes. But you, my friend, because you've listened to the Empower You 2 podcast, you are stronger, you are faster, you are better. Yes, you are better today than you were just yesterday. So let's just summarize what I shared with you today. I want you to manifest your desires. And what is that step-by-step process? The first piece of that is you have to have your 4 W's. What do you want? Why do you want it? Come on now. When do you want it? And I want you to write down what it is in detail. Write it down. And then the deeper we go, because we're really looking to get that unconscious mind to believe that it is already here and it will show up. So the first thing that I want you to do after you write it, I want you to speak it. Speak it for 60 days. Write it on an index card, my friends. Write exactly what you want, and then know it. Know that it exists for you. That despite what the statistics may say, despite what your family and naysayers may say, despite what is around you, what you've seen in your past, know that you are deserving of it and it is yours for the taking. The third is, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it. Connect with not just the words, but the feelings, because it's in those feelings that you are truly opening up the gates to what you want and knowing that it's in arm's reach and it's yours. It's your birthright. And the last is, I want you to expect that it is yours and that it's here already. That means you have to be in a spirit of gratitude, a spirit of joy and happiness, because you are excited. It is right around the corner. It is in your face. You just have not turned to the left yet. Come on now. Expect it. Expect it. And so as a homework assignment, I want you to get an index card, write down what you want, because you're going to speak it. You're going to speak it. You're going to know it. You're going to feel it, and you're going to expect it, my friends. So with that said, I hope that this episode 168 really made a difference. It was impactful for you, because guess what? You are amazing. You are, my goodness, you have a birthright. So live up to your birthright and stop living below your means. Stop living below what you can do with your life. Start activating it. Okay, my friends. So with that said, you know how I often close. I want you to be what? Empowered for greatness, because without greatness, there is absolutely no you. And without you, there's no greatness. Okay, my friends. See you on the next episode. Bye.